Welcome to Chad Burgo Woodcraft. Today we're gonna make something out of like some sticks I have. I was out in the yard cleaning up some stuff, a bunch of sticks. Figured I'd throw them into a mold, ram jam them in there, maybe throw some glue on them, and throw some resin in there, and see if we can come up with some kind of neat looking project, some different looking bowl. Maybe throw some color in there or whatnot, depending on what the stick's interior looks like. So I'll get to that. All right, here's our material. We got some all kinds of different varieties of trees, and got some bigger stuff laying out outside of camera view, and we're just gonna chop it up and into smaller pieces, and we'll stick them in whichever way into a mold and see what happens. All right, we've done a few modifications to our mold. I keep forgetting that my pressure pot is only 9 inches round, but you can only go like 6.5 square. So when I made a 7-inch box, it wasn't gonna fit. So I cut it down on the bandsaw, and I cut all these off nice and flush. And I'm just gonna finish pressuring all the rest of them in there so it'll take up as much room as humanly possible. And then I'm gonna do a pour and stick it in the pressure pot. All right, we're just gonna trim off the bigger pieces that are sticking out. Oops. And there you have it. Not sure what it'll be, but it might be pretty cool. All right, we've got our 1 quart measuring device. This product is a 2-to-1. And I suppose I shouldn't pour more than 1/2 inch, but you know what? I'm just gonna give it a try. We're gonna go with some purple. Get some purple sparklies. We're gonna get it mixed up, which I'm not gonna bore you with. And we'll get the pouring. I'll bring you back for that. See you then. Here we go. Alright, we're in the pressure pot. Leave it in there for a couple days, see what happens. Be back in a couple days. Alright, we're just going to cut the corners off, make it easier to turn. All right, I got it, the corners cut, and I got her between centers. I'm gonna turn a little radius on here, and then I am going to put a mortise on this end, and I'll flip it around and we'll finish it off. Kind of the game plan, we'll see what happens. Here we go. Almost. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna work on getting a shape out of this. This stuff is super, super hard. I can't believe how hard it is, this stuff. It's insane, actually. But I'm gonna finish rounding it up. I put the tenon in, or the mortise. It's a little out around, and I still got a little bit of wood here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my carbides and hopefully see if I can make some progress without dulling things every 2 seconds. And then I'm gonna put a shape in here and go from there. That's about all I can figure right now. Okay, I like that. I can look at that little tear out there. Looking good, but right now I'm gonna hollow it out. I find the holes in the resin pretty interesting. All right, I'm gonna call that deep enough. I'm going to try the hollowing. We're going to try the hollowing tool. All right, what I've done here is added some CA glue to some of the pieces that I'm afraid that are gonna fly out. And we finished hollowing. Gotta do a little sanding inside. And I'm gonna start sanding now with my sander. And we're just gonna go through the grits, go up to like maybe 600, maybe 800, I'm not sure. And then we're gonna seal it. And we're gonna go from there. So we'll show you a little bit and then we'll end up going to the finish. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this down with a little bit of denatured alcohol. Get some of the dust off and see what we're looking at. That's a really cool blue. some Mylan's cellulose sanding sealer. All right, we're gonna use some EEE Ultra Shine. It's kind of a anti-scratch thingamajiggy. We'll get some of the smaller scratches out. We'll work that in. That looks pretty fucking cool. All right, now we're gonna do a little bit of Yorkshire grit microfine. But we want a little bit of a higher shine. Just a scotch. I am not absolutely positive that this is going to do it, but it's a high build friction polish and we have wood, so let's hope that we can get like a super shine on this, because I think this deserves it. It's kind of interesting.
A little more luster.
I'm gonna say that's got a hell of a luster. I just gotta cut this off, make the bottom, and we're all good. I will make the plug and a finial. It's done. All right, we're gonna make a top for our vessel, and then we're gonna step back and make a finial for it. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do, but so I'm gonna make something out of this maple here. It's got a lot of figuring in, so I think it would fit in with our overall look of our project. And then probably something dark for the finial. We'll get to it. I have some purple dye, which would probably go pretty darn nicely with this. So what I'm going to do sand this a little bit, scuff it up, because I don't like the clear. All right, now what I'm gonna do here is cut off my sacrificial block. Hopefully not damage this too much. Beautiful. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it over to my drill press where I have a little sanding disc. I'm gonna sand this, finish the round, get that out of there. Then I'm gonna dye it purple. And that will match my top then. We'll be back. All right, while I wait for this to dry, I am going to use this chunk of Paduke I have to make a finial. This has a couple of spots that have some orange notes in it, and I'd like to sort of go off of those. It's actually a buckthorn that's got the orange in it. It's kind of an interesting wood that grows locally. It's a more of a invasive plant, but hopefully that orange will work well with some of the orange notes in this here project. So that's kind of the game plan, is to focus on these areas here to make something match. So here we go. All right, it is finished with my final coat of lacquer. This is our finish color. I think it's pretty good. I've changed it several times. It was really a hard color to match with the project itself, but after a lot of trial and error, I think this is acceptable. My wife thinks it's acceptable since she's the one who picked the color. Got the finial, just letting that dry as well, and we'll glue that on, and then we just got to turn a little disc on the bottom. I'm going to take a chunk of the log, I'm just going to turn it, and I'm just going to cut like a little cookie to put in here, so when I put my stamp on it I don't have to burn into this plastic. And I'll make it a little thick so when I sand this all out I can get it nice and smooth and make it all pretty. Yeah, so I'm going to do that right now. Happy with that. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go take it over the bandsaw and I'm going to cut off a little smidge. Can't be having a big hole in the middle. So all right, what we'll do is we'll take some CA glue and we'll get it all nice and moistened up, and we'll harden this so it doesn't crack, and then we'll just push her in place, and then we can sand the bottom down. Do that. Now I'm going to sand this with my orbital. Alright, we're all done sanding. Just gonna hopefully be able to put this bad fella on there and close enough for rock and roll. The CA on there. Fill up these holes. Here we have it. All right, here we have the finished product. Turned out pretty cool. Very happy with it. Color is pretty neat. It's a nice deep purple with a lot of different colors. Hope you liked the project as much as I did making it. And if you click the like button and subscribe if you haven't, that'd be great. Much appreciated. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Feedback is good. Well, until the next video, be good. If you can't be good, be good at it. Take care.